you ever heard of a whale fall?
Excuse me?
A whale fall. Have you ever heard of one?
No, I can't say that I have.
Whales were some of the largest creatures on Earth, living titans drifting beneath the waves, only breaching the surface for a deep breath of air before diving back down. When a whale died, they would sink to the ocean floor, crashing down into an open grave upon the sand. Thousands of other animals, from crustaceans to cephalopods, all the bottom feeders of the void, would swarm the carcass, picking it clean until there was nothing but ivory and bone. The scavengers would leave, burrowing in the sand until the next whale fell, and the bones would rest there, undisturbed, until there was nothing. Death giving birth to life. Beautiful, right?
Sounds kind of morbid.
Maybe. I think there's beauty in such things.
Do I know you?
No, I don't think so.
So what is it you want?
What is it anyone wants?
I don't know, you tell me. You're the one who's so chatty.
Well, I assume we're at least both here for the same reason. You want to see Earth.
You're sick. Sorry. You remind me of someone.
Don't worry, I don't care. I've heard worse. I'm Thea. What? I don't get your name? Doesn't seem very friendly of you.
I'm just another aimless drifter. Names don't matter.
None of us are aimless. If we were, we wouldn't have dropped every cent we own just for the privilege of sitting on a piece of metal. We're not here for the metal. We're here to see the dirt, the rocks.
I've seen enough dirt and rocks for 100 lifetimes. Mars has no shortage of those. They're the only thing that Dust Bowl has to offer.
Which colony are you from?
Huygens.
Ah, crowded, I've heard. I'm from Copernicus.
Copper. It's one of the smaller craters, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's it like living somewhere so small?
Boring and crowded. But it's the only home I've got, I guess.
Same with Huygens. Sure, it's the biggest crater in that red hellhole. They certainly make use of every square inch. Could hardly breathe half the time.
Crappy, but still home, right?
If that's what you want to call it.
Hey, how come I've never noticed you before?
Guess I never left the room much.
Wow, really making use of the full interstellar experience, aren't you?
I didn't come out here to be judged.
No judgment, just an observation. Considering we're on a luxury round-trip flyby cruise of Earth, one would think that you'd step out at least in time for the old moon. What do you know about Earth?
Not much. Just what I was told by people. We used to live there, and then we left. Some terrible, world-ending apocalypse overcame us, and all the rich a-holes of the world banded together and saved us. Salvation in the stars, they called it. They used their fortunes to build colonies on Mars and the old moon. At least that's what they taught us in school. Isn't it interesting how those men they sang songs of praise for were the same ones who wrote the books?
You at school? They didn't even bother building one in Copper. We had education camps instead. Whatever you're picturing, you're probably right. And you can probably imagine the quality of what they taught us.
Let me guess. It was all bull?
Right on. Guess we weren't too different, right?
If you mean that we're all meaningless bugs that some rich narcissist is holding a magnifying glass to.
You know, the teachers always said the Earth was destroyed and we were saved. But we weren't really. We fled from an apocalypse that we created. There were so many chances to fix it, but we just didn't. We didn't realize how bad it was until it was too late. Then we just left.
Humans are stubborn, like roaches. We just won't die.
I think it's more like persistence. While those above us are so blinded by their own hubris and wealth, there's still the rest of us just trying to survive.
The rest of us? You mean the little people, the dust beneath their feet?
Yeah, I guess so. You're roaches.
Why do you want to see Earth?
Well, I guess ever since I was little, I loved to read. My parents had these books that they gotten from their parents, who had gotten them from their parents, and so on. But those books had come from Earth. There were photos of blue skies and seas, of green trees, of gray mountains. Can you imagine that? A blue sky. Imagine if every crater on Mars was filled with actual water, and there was life everywhere. The green was alive, the blue was alive, everything was alive, and the pictures were beautiful. I guess I really wanted to see those colors. But now, I guess I won't really be seeing anything.
But that's not Earth anymore. There's nothing left there. There's no life, no anything. The only green that anybody cared about was the green that lined their own pockets. Why would you want to see an empty and desolate wasteland? Haven't you seen enough of that on Mars? Thea, you're sick. Why didn't you put the money you spent on this towards the doctor, towards saving yourself?
Don't fault me for not trying. I did. You and all the other colonists know about the limited UV protection of Mars, and they keep getting weaker. And nobody's ever bothered to fix the UV plating, especially not in the smaller craters like Copper. We tried everything we could. My mom, she had cancer too. Dad couldn't support us both. He really tried to, but you know how it is for people as poor as me. But you know what? Still here now, right?
But there had to be something that could work. You had the money for one of these cruises. You could have used it to help yourself. You can't even see. And even if you could, there's nothing to see. Just a broken marble of regrets and what-ifs.
Well, then why are you here?
What?
Why are you here? If you think this is so stupid that there's no reason to see Earth, why are you here? And I know it's not just for the hell of it, because you aren't one of them.
How do you know that? How do you know I'm not one of them? You can't even see me.
Well, for one, a millionaire wouldn't spend an entire 9-month flight through the stars, cooped up in their room. Only someone who feels like they don't belong here would hide like that. What was that?
Junk field. Just a bunch of old satellite parts. It means we're close. Even after killing Earth, we just couldn't stop leaving our trash everywhere. Even space.
I guess at least it's something familiar, even if it's garbage.
Are those the colors you imagined? The beautiful rainbow of garbage?
I don't know. You tell me.
Right. Sorry. We'll get your colors eventually. There it is.
Wait, is it actually? What does it look like?
It looks blue. There's blue, and I see chunks of brown and green and wisps of white, and there's no...
What just happened? What's going on?
Attention all passengers. Please remain calm. The centrifuge has been deactivated due to an unexpected power outage. Crew is working to remedy the issue ASAP, and a distress beacon has been activated to call for help if needed. Gravity will be restored immediately upon the completion of repairs. We advise you to hold onto your seats and personal accessories and fasten emergency seatbelts if available. We repeat, please remain calm. It will all be over soon.
I think the junk field we passed through must have damaged some of the ship's power systems.
They're not going to get the power back on, are they? We're not making it out of the slingshot. We're going to be pulled into the atmosphere.
No, surely they will. And if they can't, someone will come for us. They've sent out the distress beacon. Most people in here are rich and important. It's not like the colonies on Mars. These people have money. They matter. Someone will save us.
You never answered my question.
What question?
Why are you here? Why do you want to see Earth?
I...
You don't You don't have to. Sorry for prying.
No, it's not that. It's because she asked me to. She was sick too. Just like you. She was all that I had. I never knew my parents. I never had anyone, and she was everything. She wanted to see Earth, wanted to see where we had all come from, wanted to go home. We spent years working job after job until the UV got to her, just like it did to you. And we couldn't even come close to affording any of the higher level treatments. Mars has a way of poisoning the dreamers, doesn't it? It reached a point where there was nothing left to try. And she wanted to see Earth before she died. So I promised her that I would take her there. I gathered every cent that I had, took out a few loans, and bought the tickets. She died 3 weeks before the ship left Mars. The last thing she asked me was to still go. To see Earth for her. To be her eyes.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be. It's not your fault. I am Rowan, by the way, since you wanted to know.
I guess it does matter after all. You don't think anyone's actually coming to save us, do you?
Crash imminent. Prepare for impact. Crash imminent. Prepare for impact.
No one is coming. It doesn't matter who any of those people are. We're all dead. I guess no one is spared from the Reaper's scythe, right? What do you think Earth looks like now? I mean, people have seen it from afar on ships or the old moon, but nobody's actually been on Earth for years. All we have now are the old photos from before it was destroyed.
Well, honestly, I don't know. I don't think it looks too different from the old photos. There aren't any people, and a lot will be different, but I think the colors are still there. The blues, the greens, the grays, even the reds. I imagined a kaleidoscope. I imagine the wind still blowing, rustling the green and brown leaves. I think that snow still falls in some places. I think the oceans are larger and the continents smaller. My old book said that the ice caps were melting and that those would flood the oceans. The Earth is different, so different as to be unlivable for us. I don't think that life ever stopped existing. Humans aren't the only roaches of the universe. All life has a weird way of persisting too. I wish I could see it.
But you still remember the colors. Even if you can't see them, they never stopped existing.
What does it look like now, Rowan?
It looks blue. The sky is blue. There's a blue sea. Everything is so blue. And I see green too. And it's all mixing with the orange and the red of the fire, and it looks like a kaleidoscope at the end. Just like you said. It looks like home.